there, I'm Liv and welcome back to my channel Endless Pages. Welcome to yet another book haul. So this is going to be the last book haul I do for a while because as of tomorrow, the 1st of November, all of November I will be on a book buying ban. So this is one little last hurrah before November. So first up, I got the first volume of the manga Chainsaw Man. I got this one because this has just been turned into an anime recently. And when the first episode came out, everyone was uploading the opening title sequence onto TikTok, and I watched that and I was like, alright, I'm obsessed. I haven't even seen the show, I've just seen the opening credits and I'm freaking obsessed. I need to read this before I watch it. So I picked this one up. This is about Denji, and Denji is living under a mountain of debt, and he'll pretty much do anything for money, which includes hunting devils. And one day he's betrayed by someone he trusts, and then he kind of gets like the power of the devil inside him and becomes Chainsaw Man. So I will admit though, before the show came out, I was kind of curious about it. So I'm really interested to see what I think about this. So next up, this one's really exciting. I got my very first arc, and that is an arc of If You Could See the Sun by Anne Liang. How exciting, my very first arc. I just asked Harlequin Australia and they sent it to me, so thank you so much for sending this. I just saw the cover. Actually, Sasha from Sash Reads uploaded a picture of this and was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get a copy of this, look at the cover, it's gorgeous. And I was like, that is stunning, I really want that. And Sasha was like, just ask. So I did, and they gave it to me. So it's really stunning cover. This is a young adult book about this young girl called Alice. Yeah, Alice. And she has kind of always felt invisible. She's the only scholarship student at this Chinese boarding school. And one day she actually just turns invisible. So then her parents tell her that they can't afford to pay for the scholarship anymore, and she realizes that she can maybe monetize this new invisibility power of hers. So she starts selling secrets to her fellow students. But it takes kind of a bit of a bad turn because some of these secrets are now actual crimes she's discovering. So yeah, she must decide if it's worth losing her conscience for, or even her life. This sounds so good. I've heard great stuff about it. It's out now, but I got the arc early, but you know me, I didn't read it before it actually came out. So if you want a copy, it's officially out. Next up, I got Court of the Vampire Queen by Katee Roberts. So I have not read a single Katee Roberts book before, but I hear her smut is just mwah, chef's kiss good. And I know I feel like it's Paige, I want to say, there's a massive fan of Katee Roberts' writing, and I trust Paige's opinions on books. So yeah, this is her most recent one, and I saw it at Dimmicks and I was like, well, I have to get it. So I don't know heaps about the plot. It's about a girl called Mina, and Mina is half vampire, half human, and she hasn't really been able to fully enjoy either. She's kind of trapped between the two worlds. And then her father uses her as a political pawn, and gifting her to a darkly powerful and dangerous vampire called Malachi. Malachi kind of rules with an iron fist, and he has a reputation for being pretty bad. And then the longer she's with him, she realizes that he's, you know, not as bad as she thought he was, and these feelings kind of start to turn into a bit of lust. Malachi opens Mina up to a world she's never knew could be hers for the taking, including the love of Malachi's two closest friends and companions. Now surrounded by all three men, oh damn, this might be spicy. The center of their shockingly seductive world, Mina might finally have the power to face down her father and take back the life and crown that by all rights should be hers. This sounds really spicy, and also it sounds like it's got that plot where like it's spicy, but the man like empowers her to take what's hers, which is even more sexy in my opinion. So this sounds like it's just gonna be a whole lot of fun, and yeah. So next up, I'm going to tell you about what I got at the Lifeline Book Fair. Normally I make a whole separate video, but I really struck out at this book fair. I don't know if it's because I went on the second last day, or if it's because I've just gone too many times, I keep seeing the same books, or a combination of both. I don't know. I spent a good amount of time searching every section in there, but yeah, just really struck out. But I still got two kind of interesting sounding books that I've been interested in but not willing to pay a full price. So the first one I got was The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. This cover is not the cover I liked. I actually did see it in the other edition at the book fair, which is this edition here. I preferred this edition, but it was like too damaged. So I got this one, which was in better condition, $6. This is about Evelyn, and actually I used to always get this book mixed up with Evelyn Hugo before I read it years ago. I just always thought they were the same book. Anyway, this is about Evelyn, and Evelyn is kind of, it sounds like she's stuck in like this time loop, and she's at her parents' party and every time she gets killed, and then there's a guy called Aiden who is too late to save her every time. Aiden really wants to find out who her killer is, but he wakes up in the body of a different guest every time, and there's someone that's trying to stop him from figuring out who's killing Evelyn. So super fascinated by this. I'm not normally one to be like obsessed with time loop storylines, but that's more to do with me not liking it in like the sci-fi books. So this one sounds really fun, and I hope it's a really good, interesting mystery. The second book I got from the book fair was The Wife Between Us by Gry Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. This is The Wife Between Us. I picked this one up because the blurb really intrigued me. It was a very like short and not super detailed blurb, which I like. Just keep it a little bit open and keep me interested. So I'm going to read the blurb to you guys. So when you read this book, you will make many assumptions. It's about a jealous wife obsessed with her replacement. It's about a younger woman set to marry the man she loves. The first wife seems like a disaster, her replacement the perfect woman. You will assume you know the motives, the history, and the anatomy of the relationships. You will be wrong. It kind of sounds like it's got that Gone Girl, Go on the Train kind of vibe, and I do like me some scary women, so hell yeah. Next up I got this stunning book by Elodie Harper, The Wolf Den. This is a reimagining of some of the lives of the women that were in the very famous Pompeii brothel Luna Bar. This story is about Amara, and Amara was once a beloved daughter, but her father dies, which makes her family really poor, and she is now owned by this man she despises, and she is in the brothel. And she is a really smart and resourceful person, so it's about that, and it's also about the other women in the brothel and the sense of humour they share and all of the dreams that they all have. And Amara learns that everything in the city has a price, but she's just not sure how much her freedom will cost her. This sounds absolutely stunning. I love anything like this that is set in that kind of time period with a feminist spin, and giving these women stories and personalities and senses of humour is beautiful to me, and I feel like this is going to be really moving and really upsetting as well. So this one is, I'm beyond excited to read this. I know I'm going to love it. Next up is a highly anticipated one, and that is The First to Die at the End by Adam Silvera, a prequel to one of my favourite books, They Both Die at the End. So They Both Die at the End has this world where there's a service called Deathcast, and when you get a call from them, it means anytime in the next 24 hours you're going to die. You don't know how or when, just know that you're going to die. Beautiful book. So this is the prequel where we follow the first person to get a death call from Deathcast. So yeah, this is the beginning of the service. So I'm really nervous, like what if I hate it, because this is one of my favourite books of all time. So I'm nervous. I've avoided picking it up just because, you know, when you're like, its sequel comes out and you're like, what if it's not as good? What if it like ruins the experience for me? What if I now like hate this book because the sequel was so disappointing? So I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. Also, the covers don't match. This one's really pretty, but they're not even the same height, so that's kind of a bummer, but I'm too excited to read it to care. So next up was definitely a cover buy. Well, it was kind of a cover buy. I picked it up because of the cover. and then I read like one line in the blurb, which I'll tell you what line that is, and I was like, okay, confirmed, must have this. So that is Fairy Tale by Stephen King. Look at the cover, so pretty, I love the colours. Have I read a Stephen King book? Absolutely not, but whatever. This is about Charlie, and Charlie just kind of looks like a regular high school kid, but he carries a heavy load. His mother died when he was 10, and grief drove his dad to drink. So Charlie's kind of had to learn to look after himself and his dad, and then he meets this dog called Radar, and Radar's owner Howard. Howard is a big recluse, and he lives kind of up this hill, and Howard has like a locked shed in the backyard that kind of emits strange noises, and then Charlie starts doing odd jobs for Howard, and then Howard dies, leaving Charlie a cassette tape with a story no one would believe, that in the shed is a portal to another world. And that's the line that got me in. Portal to another world, I'm in. And finally, I got Babel. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm just going to say Babel. I'm sorry if that wrongs and it triggers you every time I say it, but we're going with Babel by R.F. Kuang, the author of, oh, can you see that? Yeah, the author of the Poppy War trilogy, which I still haven't finished. Yeah, so the Poppy War trilogy I haven't finished, but the writing is just like incredible. Is this going to be even more confusing? I absolutely think so. Am I going to have the brain power to follow along what the hell's going on? I highly doubt it, but we're going to give it a fair shot. I feel like it's just going to be another one of those things, kind of like This Is How You Lose the Time War. Like you have no idea what's going on, you can't follow, but the writing is beautiful, so that's okay. So I'm going to attempt to tell you the plot, but I feel like it's really confusing and I don't 100% get it. So this is set in like 1836, and we follow someone called Robin, I think it is. Robin is orphaned by cholera. She's brought to Babel, which is the Oxford University, like a very prestigious university, and Robin learns a bunch of different languages. They are known for, they're the Royal Institute of Translation. They also learn about this thing called silverworking, which is the art of manifesting the means lost to translation through enchanted silver bars. This silverworking has made the British Empire unparalleled in power. I love that word, unparalleled. I don't know why. Anyway, and it serves the Empire's quest to colonize everything it encounters. Babel is a utopia that is dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, but knowledge serves power, and for Robin, who is a Chinese boy raised in Britain, he finds himself caught between Babel and the shadowy Hermes Society, which is an organisation dedicated to sabotaging the silver workings and support imperial extension. Robin must decide, can powerful institutions be changed from within, or does revolution always require violence? What is he willing to sacrifice to bring Babel down? So yeah, this whole book is pretty much a story about colonisation. I really, really hope I can follow this along and appreciate it for what I'm sure it is, a work of art. I've heard a lot of people say that they have no idea what's going on. They're so confused, but the writing is beautiful. So if I can just ignore the fact that I probably can't follow the plot, I'll probably really love this. So there we have it. My last book haul for a while. Tell me, out of what I've just told you, what should I make a priority? What was the last book that you purchased? And are you planning on going on a book buying ban anytime soon? Let me know. We can struggle through together. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. As always, all my social media links are in the description below. And I will see you in whatever the hell I post next. Bye!